Welcome to Math for All Academy. In this video, I'm going to teach you all the tricks you need to know on how to multiply binomials. Okay, so we have two examples here which are slightly bit more complicated than the other ones we've done. So first, just a quick little tutorial on how it works. So binomial just means it's two terms, okay? So this little binomial is x plus 2, and this little binomial is x plus 3. Okay, so two terms. So now we can just multiply the first term. X times x gives you x squared. Okay, now we multiply this x with the outside number. X times 3 gives you 3x. Then we multiply the inside terms, which gives you 2x, okay, plus 2x. And then we multiply the last term, which equals 2 times 3, which equals 6, plus 6, okay? So we're not going to simplify it here. I just want this to be here with the colors cleanly so that you know how to do it. So now let's move on to this one, okay? So first thing we need to do is put in our brackets, okay? So here's our first multiplication, and here's our second one. We're going to multiply these two binomials, these two, and then these two, okay? So let's put our brackets in so we could see it more clearly. Now this one has a 2 in front, so we're going to put some extra brackets here to do that last, okay? So we're going to multiply the 2 in last, okay? So we're going to do this multiplication first, and then we'll do this one, okay? So let's go ahead and multiply this out, okay? So when we do 3y times y, it becomes 3y squared. Then we do 3y times negative 1, it becomes negative 3y. Then we do our inside multiplication. 2 times y becomes 2y. Then we multiply 2 times negative 1, which is our last, and it becomes negative 2. Okay? So now we do the same thing to this one. So y times 2y becomes 2y squared. Then we multiply y times 1, it becomes 1y. Then we multiply negative 2 times 2y becomes negative 4y. And then negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Okay? So now we can combine our like terms. Okay? So let's do that. So negative 3y plus 2y gives us just 1y. Okay? And we leave the rest the same. And then 1y minus 4y gives us negative 3y, okay? And the rest is the same. Now for this, we can multiply the 2 in. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to multiply the 2 into each of these terms, okay? And then for this, we need to multiply this negative into each and every term here, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So 2 times 3y squared gives 6y squared. 2 times negative 1y gives negative 2y. 2 times negative 2 gives negative 4. Now we multiply in our negative 2y squared. Then negative 1 times negative 3y gives positive 3y. Then negative 1 times negative 2 gives positive 2. Okay? So now we can combine our like terms, which are these orange ones and these red ones, okay? We combine everything that's like, and then also we can add the whole numbers together, the integers. So 6y squared minus 2y squared gives us 4y squared. Minus 2y plus 3y gives us positive y. And minus 4 plus 2 gives us minus 2. Now let's move to the next one. Okay, so same thing here. We need to break out all our brackets, similar to how we did to this. And same here. Okay, so we have another number here, another integer multiplying through this whole binomial multiplication. So now let's multiply it out. So x times x is x squared. X times minus 6 is minus 6x. Negative 2 times x is minus 2x. Minus 2 times minus 6 is positive 12. Now let's move to this one. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. 3 times 3x is 9x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Okay, so now we can combine our like terms. Okay, so negative 6x minus 2x gives us negative 8x. Okay, the rest stays the same. And then for here, negative 2x plus 9x gives us positive 7x, and the rest stays the same. Now we can multiply in the 4, and then we can multiply in the 3. Okay, so that's going to give us 4x squared minus 32x. 4 times negative 8 is minus 32x. 4 times 12 is 48. And over here, 3 times 3x squared gives us 9x squared. 3 times 7x gives us 21x. 3 times negative 6 gives us minus 18. So we can combine all our like terms. So we're going to add together the red ones and add together the orange ones and add together these purple ones. Okay, those are the like terms. So 4x squared plus 9x squared gives us 13x squared. Minus 32x plus 21x gives us minus 11x. Plus 48 minus 18 gives us 30. And that's it. That's all there is to that problem. And don't worry if you don't understand that right away. There's nothing wrong with repetition. You could just rewatch the video. As well, take a look at the description. There's a link there to my ebook that you could download. In the ebook, you'll find a link to this very lesson, and you can follow along in the ebook as you watch the video. As well, in the description, you'll find links to other videos of mine that I've done that are similar to this. You could check those out if you need extra help. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for listening.